We know that, we know that.
proceed with the inaugural session of the national seminar, I would like to invite Dr. Saibasasi Mahanta, Principal of Gorgaon College, to please take your chair on the dais. I request Dr. Anjan Kaur to escort him to the dais. Thank you, sir. We have invited Sri Aditya Vikram Yadav, Deputy Commissioner of Sibsagar District, as our guest of honor for the inaugural session. He is with us today. I request respected Aditya Vikram Yadav, sir, to please take your chair on the dais for the inaugural session. Thank you, sir. I take great pleasure to announce that we have invited Honorable Vice Chancellor of the University, Professor Hazarika, sir, to inaugurate the two-day national seminar organized by Gorgaon College. I heartily welcome to invite Professor Jiten Hazarika, sir, to please come to the dais and take your chair as the inaugurator of the national seminar. Thank you, sir. It is a pleasure for all of us to have Professor Jyotirmoy Pradhani, sir, with us today. Professor Jyotirmoy Pradhani is the head of the Department of English, Northeastern Hill University, Shillong. Professor Pradhani did his PhD from Northeastern Hill University. His specialization includes performance studies, translation, cultural and ethnic studies, Northeast writings. Besides contributing several articles and chapters, Professor Pradhani has, to his credit, 4 books: Madhupur Bahudar, translation of Assamese short story by Sirabhadra, Culture, Ethnicity and Identity, a Reader, Creativity and Conflict in the Plays of Sam Sephard, Akbar Birbal, and the Stories of River Nile. He has been a part of a number of national and international seminars and conferences. Presently, he is also the president of Northeast Association for Human Studies, Science. He holds life membership of Forum on Contemporary Theory, life member of Ahom Sahitya Sabha, Guwahati, and Northeast Writers Forum. An ardent orator and an eminent writer, he has graciously consented to grace the occasion as a keynote speaker. I wish to extend a warm welcome to Professor Jyotirmoy Pradhani, sir. May I request Professor Pradhani, sir, to please come over the dais and take your chair as the keynote speaker of the seminar. Thank you, sir. We are glad to have Professor Miguel Bordley, head of the Department of English, Dibrugarh University, as the resource person of the first day of the national seminar. Professor Miguel Bordley is currently the head of the Department of English. His area of interest is concentrated in critical theory, philosophy of history, post-colonial fiction, phenomenology, and eco-criticism. He has presented papers in numerous national and international seminars and conferences. Professor Bordley has published extensively in his field of research. I extend a warm welcome to you, sir. I invite Professor Bordley to the dais and take your chair as the resource person of the seminar. Sir, please. We have with us another esteemed resource person, Dr. Anurag Bhattacharya. Dr. Anurag Bhattacharya is an MA from Tezpur University. He did his PhD from Indian Institute of Technology, Guwahati. His specialization include environmental humanities, post-colonial studies, Indian writing in English, comparative literature, and translation studies. I would like to invite Dr. Anurag Bhattacharya to please come to the dais for the inaugural session. Thank you, sir. Now we will have the felicitation program. First, we would like to felicitate Dr. Saibasasi Mahanta, Principal of Gorgaon College. He will be felicitated by Ankika Datta. Now, I would like to invite Ms. Namami Doctor to felicitate our guest of honor, Sri Aditya Vikram Yadav sir, with a Phulam Gamusa, a silent sadar, and with a memento of the college. We'd like to honor our Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, with a Phulam Gamusa, Salary Sagar, and a memento of the college as a token of love and respect from the Gaurav College fraternity. I request Dr. Meghali Bora to felicitate VC sir. Now, we would like to felicitate Professor Jyotirmoy Pradhani sir. Professor Pradhani sir will be felicitated by Dr. Yutasri Anand. I now request Dr. Priyanka Tamuli to felicitate Dr. Anurag Bhattacharya sir. Thank you all. We have completed the felicitation of our esteemed guest. Now we are formally going to start the inaugural session. Light symbolizes victory over darkness and defeat ignorance. It marks the beginning of auspicious movement and events. We would like to start this auspicious day with lighting the lamp. To do this honor, I request our guest of honor, respected Sri Aditya Vikram Yadav sir, to light the lamp. I request the other dignitaries too to join him, please. I now request our guest of honor of the day, Sri Aditya Vikram Yadav sir, to speak a few words to the audience. Sir, please.
নমস্কার আজি বৰগাঁও কলেজৰ আমাৰ অডিটৰিয়ামত উপস্থিত ডিব্ৰুগড় ইউনিভাৰ্চিটিৰ অনাৰেবল ভাইচ চান্সেলৰ প্ৰফেচৰ জিতেন হাজৰিকা ডাঙৰীয়া, আমাৰ সকলৰ শ্ৰদ্ধাৰ মৰমৰ বৰগাঁও কলেজ প্ৰিন্সিপাল ডক্টৰ অপেশাশ্ৰী মহন্ত ডাঙৰীয়া, আজি মঞ্চত উপবিষ্ট প্ৰফেচৰ জিতেন প্ৰধানী ডাঙৰীয়া, প্ৰফেচৰ বৰদলৈ ডাঙৰীয়া, ডক্টৰ অনুৰাগ ভট্টাচাৰ্য ডাঙৰীয়া, ইয়াত উপস্থিত আমাৰ অধ্যাপক অধ্যাপিকাসকল আৰু আমাৰ মৰমৰ ছাত্ৰ ছাত্ৰীসকলক মই নমস্কাৰ আৰু ধন্যবাদ জনাইছো ইয়াত আজি মোক মাতিবৰ কাৰণে। The issue which we are dealing today, and I thank the Indian Council for Social Science Research, is trends in writings from the Northeast, trends and issues. মই ধন্যবাদ জনাব বিচাৰিছো ICSSR-ৰ যে ইমান গুৰুত্বপূৰ্ণ বিষয়ৰ ওপৰতে আজি এই সেমিনাৰ অৰ্গেনাইজ কৰাৰ ক্ষেত্ৰতে বৰগাঁও কলেজক সহায় কৰিলে আৰু আমাৰ ডিপাৰ্টমেণ্ট অফ হায়াৰ এডুকেশ্যন সেইকাৰণে ধন্যবাদ জনাব বিচাৰিছো। I'm not an academic person. I have not completed my PhD, unlike everyone else seated on the stage here. They see no comment. I'm at the issue report. কিন্তু এইটো অকল লিটাৰেচাৰৰ কথা নাই, এইটো আমাৰ পপুলাৰ মিডিয়া, ফিল্মছ, articles, books, all forms of literature, আৰু তাৰ লগতে এখন যিটো infrastructure, focus on the Northeast, আৰু যিটো আমাৰ সাধাৰণ ৰাইজৰ গোটেই আমাৰ দেশতে যিটো পাৰ্সপেক্টিভ আছে, যিটো তেখেতসকলৰ আইডিয়া আছে নৰ্থ ইষ্টৰ কাৰণে, সেইটো 10 বছৰলৈকে 15 বছৰলৈকে লাহে লাহে খুব বাঢ়িছে। আৰু সেইটোৱে কাৰণে আমাৰ নৰ্থ ইষ্ট আৰু বিশেষকৈ অসমৰ খুব আমাৰ ল'ৰা ছোৱালী বাহিৰত গ'লে আৰু বাকী আমাৰ দেশৰ বেলেগ বেলেগ অঞ্চলতে আৰু ডাঙৰ আমাৰ চিটিজ হওক, বেংগালোৰ হওক, চেন্নাই হওক, দিল্লী হওক, তাত গৈ কাম কৰিবলৈ সক্ষম হৈছে। মই আশা কৰিছো যে আজি গড়গাঁও কলেজৰ আমাৰ ল'ৰা ছোৱালী যোনজনে আছে existing literature পঢ়িবৰ কাৰণে আৰু পিছত নিশ্চয় নিজৰ একাডেমিক জীৱনতে কন্ট্ৰিবিউট কৰাৰ ক্ষেত্ৰতে সক্ষম হ'ব। আৰু মই ধন্যবাদ জনাব বিচাৰিছো ডক্টৰ সব্যসাচী মহন্ত ডাঙৰীয়া যে আজি এই চেমিনাৰ অৰ্গেনাইজ কৰিবৰ ক্ষেত্ৰত তেখেত ইমান চেষ্টা কৰিলে। আকৌ সামৰণি মাৰিবৰ আগতে মই সকলোকে ধন্যবাদ জনাব বিচাৰো। And I wish the seminar the very best. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your wonderful and inspiring speech. Thank you for being with us today, in spite of busy schedule. Thank you once again. Thank you. I now request our principal, Dr. Saraswati Mohanta, sir, to deliver the welcome address. Sir, please.
Namaskar. Suprabhat. A very good morning to you all. ডিব্ৰুগড় বিশ্ববিদ্যালয়ৰ সন্মানীয় উপাচাৰ্য প্ৰাধ্যাপক ডক্টৰ জিতেন হাজৰিকা ছাৰ, আজি আমাৰ আলোচনা চক্ৰৰ সন্মানীয় অভিভাৱক, আজি আলোচনা চক্ৰৰ সন্মানীয় মন্ত্ৰী পৰ্যায়ক, আমাৰ শিৱসাগৰ জিলাৰ সন্মানীয় উপায়ুক্ত শ্ৰীযুত আদিত্য বিক্ৰম যাদৱ ডাঙৰীয়া, আমি নেহুৰ পৰা আমন্ত্ৰণ কৰি অনা a renowned educationist, eminent writer, translator, critic, and HOD of English Department of English, NEHU, Dr. Jyotirmoy Pradhani Dangoria. মঞ্চত উপবিষ্ট আমাৰ ৰিসোৰ্স পাৰ্সন সমল ব্যক্তি ডিব্ৰুগড় বিশ্ববিদ্যালয়ৰ ইংৰাজী বিভাগৰ বিভাগীয় প্ৰধান ডক্টৰ মৃদুল বৰদলৈ ডাঙৰীয়া, মঞ্চত উপবিষ্ট ডিব্ৰুগড় বিশ্ববিদ্যালয়ৰ ইংৰাজী বিভাগৰ অধ্যাপক ডক্টৰ অনুৰাগ ভট্টাচাৰ্য ডাঙৰীয়া, আজিৰ অনুষ্ঠানত উপস্থিত শ্ৰদ্ধাৰ অতিথিবৃন্দ, বিভিন্ন মহাবিদ্যালয় বিশ্ববিদ্যালয়সমূহৰ পৰা অধ্যাপক অধ্যাপিকাবৃন্দ, ৰিচাৰ্চ স্কলাৰ্ছ, পাৰ্টিচিপেণ্টছ, পেপাৰ প্ৰেজেণ্টাৰ্ছ, আমাৰ শিক্ষকবৃন্দ, গড়গাঁও মহাবিদ্যালয়ৰ শিক্ষক তথা কৰ্মচাৰীবৃন্দ আৰু আমাৰ অতিকৈ মৰমৰ ছাত্ৰ ছাত্ৰীসকল, I, on behalf of the Gurgaon College fraternity, would like to welcome you all to the ICSSR sponsored two-day seminar on Writings from Northeast India, Trends and Issues, which has been organized by the Department of English in collaboration with the IQAC and the Central Library of Gurgaon College. It's indeed a great gratification for me to welcome you all to our college and also to have the opportunity to host you. মই গড়গাঁও মহাবিদ্যালয়ৰ বৃহত্তৰ পৰিয়ালবৰ্গৰ হৈ আপোনাৰ সকলোকে আমাৰ মহাবিদ্যালয়লৈ আৰু এই দুদিনীয়া ৰাষ্ট্ৰীয় আলোচনা চক্ৰখনলৈ আদৰণি জনাইছো আৰু নিজকে অত্যন্ত গৌৰৱান্বিত আৰু সৌভাগ্যশালী বুলি অনুভৱ কৰিছো যে আপোনাৰ খবৰ দৰে বিদ্যান সমাজক আমি আদৰণি জনাবলৈ পাৰিছো আৰু আপোনাৰ খবৰক আমি কিছু আদৰ আপ্যায়ন কৰাৰ সুযোগ লাভ কৰিছো। নিবিড় তিমিৰ ভেদি পোহৰেৰে সীমা খেদি আমি আগুৱাই যাওঁ নিবিড় তিমিৰ ভেদি অজ্ঞানৰ অন্ধাৰতা নেওচি অজ্ঞানতাৰ এন্ধাৰ নেওচি এচাম পোহৰ বিয়াসী জ্ঞান পিপাসী বৰেণ্য ব্যক্তিৰ আশা সুকীয়া প্ৰচেষ্টা 1959 চনৰ 7 ছেপ্টেম্বৰত প্ৰতিষ্ঠা লাভ কৰা এই ঐতিহ্যমণ্ডিত উচ্চ শিক্ষানুষ্ঠান বৰগাঁও মহাবিদ্যালয়ে ইতিমধ্যে ইয়াৰ প্ৰতিষ্ঠাৰ 64টা গৌৰৱ উজ্জ্বল বৰ্ষ সম্পূৰ্ণ কৰিছে আৰু এই 64টা গৌৰৱ উজ্জ্বল বৰ্ষত বৰগাঁও মহাবিদ্যালয়ে কেৱল উত্তৰণৰ দিশত যাত্ৰা কৰিছে উন্নয়নৰ দিশত যাত্ৰা কৰিছে আৰু এই বৰগাঁও মহাবিদ্যালয়ৰ অগ্ৰগামী যাত্ৰা অংশীদাৰ হোৱা প্ৰতিগৰাকী শুভাকাংক্ষী বৰেণ্য ব্যক্তি শিক্ষক কৰ্মচাৰী ছাত্ৰ সকলোৰে প্ৰতি মই এই আপাহতে আন্তৰিক শ্ৰদ্ধা নিবেদন কৰিছো Established on September 7, 1959, Borgaon College is one of the oldest and most eminent higher education institutions in Assam. We envision Borgaon College as a center of excellence that provides unparalleled academic opportunities through cognitive integration of teaching and learning to transform our students into rational thinkers, competent leaders in different fields, and a good human being. And I'm delighted that as a part of our endeavor to impart quality education and create an environment congenial for research and ICSSI sponsored two-day national seminar on writings of Northeast India trends and issues is being organized by the Department of English in collaboration with the IQAC and the Central Library of the College. Although the geography and history of India's Northeast has been invariably characterized by diversity and the people of the Northeast are characterized uniquely by history, traditions, customs, costumes, beliefs and lifestyles. Yet it is felt that the writings from the region has been less explored area in terms of studies of Indian literature as this region is geographically as well as culturally and linguistically distinct from the so-called mainstream and or mainland India. Amar উত্তৰ পূব ভাৰত আমাৰ যি বৈচিত্ৰ্য আৰু বৈশিষ্ট্যৰ কাৰণে এক একত্ৰ আমি বিশিষ্টতা আমি ধাৰণ কৰি আছো তাৰ কাৰণে আমাৰ উত্তৰ পূৰ্বাঞ্চলৰ এক সুকীয়া মৰ্যাদা আছে সুকীয়া স্থিতি অৱস্থিত আছে আৰু উত্তৰ পূৰ্বাঞ্চলৰ যি সাহিত্য বা যি ৰচনাৰাজি সেই ৰচনাৰাজিৰ যি বিশিষ্টতা আছে স্বকীয়তা আছে আমি বহু ক্ষেত্ৰত দেখিছো যে সৰ্বভাৰতীয় পৰ্যায়ত আমি পেৰিফেৰিয়েল ষ্টেট হিচাপে বা দাঁতিকাষৰীয়া ৰাজ্য হিচাপে আমি অন্যান্য ক্ষেত্ৰত পিছ পৰি অহাৰ দৰে আমি অন্যান্য ক্ষেত্ৰত অৱহেলিত হৈ অহাৰ দৰে আমাৰ সাহিত্য ভাষা সাহিত্য সংস্কৃতি চৰ্চাৰ ক্ষেত্ৰতো আমি যেন কৰবাত সৰ্বভাৰতীয় পৰ্যায়ত অৱহেলিত হৈ ৰৈছো কৰবাত আমি আনএক্সপ্ল'ৰ্ড হৈ ৰৈছো গতিকে মই আশা কৰিম এই যি দুদিনীয়া ৰাষ্ট্ৰীয় আলোচনা চক্ৰ আমাৰ আয়োজন হৈছে এই ৰাষ্ট্ৰীয় আলোচনা চক্ৰত আমাৰ যি পেপাৰ্স প্ৰেজেন্ট হ'ব যি আলোচনা হ'ব এই দুই দিনৰ ডেলিবাৰেশন আৰু ডিসকাশনে এটা নতুন এটা অফাৰ সন্ধান দিব পাৰিব আই এম পজিটিভ that deliberation and discussion that would be taken place in this two-day program would definitely give the new imaginations in engagement with the literature of this rich and diverse region. I offer my sincere thanks and gratitude to Honorable Vice Chancellor Professor Jiten Hazarika sir, respected DC Sistagar Mr. Aditya Vikram Yadav, the keynote speaker Dr. Jyotirmoy Pradhani and the resource persons for joining us to make the program a big success. My heartfelt thanks goes to Mr. Narayan Kaur, Honorable Secretary Higher Education Dr. Assam, Mr. Dharmakanto Mili, Director of Higher Education Government of Assam, for sparing some time from their busy schedule, and they will be joining us online to address our August gathering. And I also appreciate the excellent endeavor that has been taken by the convener and joined by the convener and all the members of the organizers, our entire teachers, employees, and students. They have been doing a hard work to make this program a big success. মই তেওঁলোকৰ যি একত্ৰ আৰু সমন্বিত প্ৰচেষ্টা আমাৰ শিক্ষক কৰ্মচাৰী ছাত্ৰ সকলোৰে যি একত্ৰ আৰু সমন্বিত প্ৰচেষ্টা তাৰ লগতে আমাৰ এনসিসি কেডেটসকলে আমাক যি সহায় আগবঢ়াইছে মই সকলোৰে প্ৰতি এই দুদিনীয়া আমাৰ আলোচনা চক্ৰখনি আয়োজনৰ সৈতে জড়িত প্ৰতিগৰাকী ব্যক্তিৰ প্ৰতি মই আন্তৰিক ধন্যবাদ আৰু কৃতজ্ঞতা জ্ঞাপন কৰিছো আৰু মই ভাবিছো যে আপোনাৰ খবৰ সক্ৰিয় সহায় সহযোগিতা আৰু অংশগ্ৰহণে আমাৰ দুদিনীয়া কাৰ্যসূচীৰে আয়োজন কৰা এই ৰাষ্ট্ৰীয় আলোচনা চক্ৰখনি সফল কৰি তুলিব। মই পুনৰবাৰ আপোনালোক সকলোকে আমাৰ গড়গাঁও মহাবিদ্যালয় আৰু এই দুদিনীয়া কাৰ্যসূচীৰে আয়োজিত ৰাষ্ট্ৰীয় আলোচনা চক্ৰখনলৈ আন্তৰিক আদৰণি জনাইছো, ধন্যবাদ জনাইছো। Thank you so much and wish you all the very best. ধন্যবাদ, নমস্কাৰ।
Thank you so much for the welcome address. Thank you for briefing the glorious journey of the historic college. It is indeed your encouragement and motivation which has contributed to realizing our aims. We look forward to your support and encouragement and to hope that under your able guidance, we can work for the betterment of the institution. Now, I take this opportunity to invite our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Jiten Hazarika sir, to inaugurate the National Seminar Forum. I request Professor Jiten Hazarika sir to deliver the inaugural speech of the August gathering. Sir, please.
Namaskar. Good morning to all. Mr. Aditya Vikram Jadhav, Deputy Commissioner, Srinagar District. Professor Jyotirmoy Pradhan, the keynote speaker of this national seminar, with the head of the Department of English, NEHU. My colleague, Professor Midul Bordoy, head of the Department of English, Dibrugarh University. Another colleague, Dr. Anurag Bhattacharya, Department of English, Dibrugarh University. Dr. Sarbhaji Mohanto, Principal of Gurgaon College. Faculty members from this college, from other colleges, other participants, particularly research scholars from different parts of our state and outside the state, if any. My dear students and media persons. Actually, on the dais, if you take a multiple choice question and question is odd man out, then I am the answer. Because all are from arts and humanities and law. I am from the Department of Statistics. So I am all. Anyway, I have responsibility. Gurgaon College is a member of our big family. I am the head of the institution, Dibrugarh University. So I have responsibility to inaugurate this program. So far as the topic of this seminar is concerned, as I am from the Department of Statistics, I am in the, first of all, I am in the confusion that in the heading it is written writing from Northeast India, trends and issues. But in the goal it is written as the goal of the seminar is to focus on various trends and issues of Northeast Indian writings in English. In English. First, I had thought that it is all for all the subjects writings from the Northeast. Now it is clear from the goal that as it is organized by the Department of English, I don't know whether the Department of English has taken this opportunity and taken this chance or not. I don't know, but the goal is now confined to the Department of English. Anyway, first of all, I am very much glad to know that the ICSSR has sponsored this national seminar as a part of its major strategies to promote social science subjects. Seminars provide opportunities to researchers and academicians to exchange views and opinions, address and debate research questions on relevant issues, and generate academic research output on important themes. Participants in such a seminar can improve their confidence as they get updated with that knowledge and at the same time gain confidence about the subject. Seminars help the participants to assess themselves and improve in the areas in which they were lacking. Seminars provide the participants the much needed arena to showcase talents through which their communication skills get automatically boosted. Seminars are very great opportunities for the participant to interact with subject experts. Meeting new people enables them to learn and to be updated. Seminars are the opportunities to the learners to learn from different environments than classroom, which benefits the participants and students to learn very effectively and efficiently. Writings in English from Northeast India is increasingly becoming an interesting focus of literature. And again, I repeat, being a person from statistics, generally we consider in case of trends whether it is an increasing trend or decreasing trend. 1 point. In case of literature, that number writing very increased without quality. That is not a good symbol. It is not a we generally we do not expect. But so far as a person from statistics is concerned, generally we see whether it is an increasing trend or decreasing trend. If you look at that trend, then we have noticed that in case of Northeast, writings are going to be increased, that is, there is an increasing trend. But regarding quality, I am not the right person, there is a big question from my side. So, exploring these works of Northeast are important because they talk about us, our culture, history, political and sociological concerns, which binds us into a collective entity that is Northeast India. It is a literature that is different from mainland India. Already our in welcome address, Dr. Sarvahasi Mohan Rao, principal of this college, has mentioned this thing. It is a literature that is different from mainland India. This is because it deals with indigenous cultural practices which are remarkably different from the mainstream Indian cultural ethos. These writings dominate concerns which affect almost all the 8 states. Now, Sikkim is also included in the 7 states. Problems of insurgency, identity assertion, feelings of neglect, gender marginalization, impact of British colonization, impact of establishment of Christian schools. In case of history, that maybe also we should include in case of English writings, are highlighted with the effect of all the states of the Northeast. I hope this seminar will address many of these issues, especially at a time when the center and this policy is being implemented in such a major way. I think this seminar will be able to look into the windows of opportunity that such a policy provides. However, I repeat again, I also believe that the quality of the work coming out is also important. Research on the Northeast should be encouraged by all means, but it should have something important to get to that discussion. And we have noticed in our, when we are organizing seminars, in technical sessions, in various technical sessions, our attendance is very poor. From my calculation, I think some participants, not all, please don't make it generalized. Some participants are coming to get API score. This is not good. Being a head of the institution, particularly from colleges, I have an appeal to the college research of our university. Please take part in all the sessions and share your thoughts when discussion is going on. I hope our students and participants would be able to make the most of the opportunity of this event, where selected topics of the subject expert will be presented. Since the goal of the seminar is to focus on various trends and issues of the Northeast Indian writings in English. With these words, I conclude my speech and I declare that this today's national seminar is inaugurated. Thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you, sir, for inaugurating the national seminar. Thank you for accepting our invitation and consenting to undertake the noble responsibility of inaugurating this two-day national seminar. Thank you again for marking this hour with your glorious presence. Now we'll have the book release program. We are pleased to announce the release of a book published by Publication Cell of Gurgaon College. I request Professor Jiten Hazarika sir and Professor Jyotirmoy Pradhani to please release the book, sir. And I request the other dignitaries also to please come to the dais. The keynote address is the main attraction of National Seminar. We are eagerly looking forward to listen from our invited keynote speaker, Professor Jyotirmoy Pradhani, who has come all the way from Shillong. Without further delay, I now request Professor Jyotirmoy Pradhani sir to please deliver the keynote address to the participants and the guests present with us. Sir, please.
Good morning, Gurgaon College. This indeed is a great day to be at Gurgaon. I had never been to this place. And thank you, Dr. Ranjan Moore, for that small tour of Gurgaon through Bordua via Alidwar Gate. And this is a new discovery for me, and I feel hugely privileged to be here this morning amongst you. Young and very dynamic Deputy Commissioner of Team Harbour, Aditya Vikram Yadav. And he has shown his brilliance by his impeccable lessons, he speaks out very quickly. Professor Jitan Hazarika, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Liverpool University. Dr. Hodu Hasi Mahanto, Principal of our college. For us, of course, he's always fine. And my colleague and friend, Dr. Bill Bodley, the head of English, Liverpool University, my another young friend, Honorable Bhattacharya, Associate Professor, Department of English. Rosemary Kakolika, thank you so much for your kind and generous introduction. And I also congratulate Rosemary Kakolika and Samuel Kakolika for this wonderful book, Issues and Trends, Northeast Indian Literature. I'm sure it is one of the major gains of today's seminar. Writing from Northeast India, trends and issues. Before that, I would reverse my talk here. I might come first to the issues, then I might come to the trends. This gentleman today, when I was going through this abstract volume, that I saw young scholars and participants today, they have also made abstracts, so they're going to make presentations on some of the major themes of Northeast literature, Maudai, Tenslahal, Mitrabukam, Jahanpur, Rosinda Gustam. So we can see that Northeast literature somehow has been canonized. And more importantly, Northeast literature now has also become part of curriculum, not only in our region, but also at the part of the country as well as of course. There are many universities abroad who are now offering Northeast literature. Many of my friends who are eminent writers, especially in my department, Desmond Harmoflam, then Ilpan Singh Namjidri, SRCM, and Tenslahal, who was also my teacher, they are being read and researched in the universities outside India. While I was editing a particular volume of Rupa Katha then I received a number of papers coming from outside India, Africa, and also Middle East. They were writing papers on authors like Mamandai and Tenslahal. So now we can make a kind of assessment that yes, Northeast literature somehow has worked. And I shall try to look at Northeast literature by bringing in certain notions, that is the whole idea of Northeast as community terminology. And also, I will also try to find out what can be the possible definition of Northeast literature. And while doing that, I might refer to some of the people that Chinmay, many of you know them, Ruki Kyongo, Akin, and also Kamu, who has written a major paper that is called The New African Writing in Question Audience. Then there is Damroch, who has spoken about the world literature. Then, of course, some other critics from our region. Before coming to these issues, let us look at the term Northeast. In recent times, there have been some disagreement about this term called Northeast. Now, what are the disagreements with this particular terminology called Northeast? One of my friends, Rajesh Davis, wrote an article in the Nexus recently, and he has contested this whole idea of Northeast. He said that Northeast is a misnomer. You have to contest this particular term called Northeast. what followed. They argued that some of the critics are now arguing that Northeast is a misnomer because this is essentially geographic terminology. Also, they said that Northeast is a misnomer because it fails essentially to capture the diversity of Northeast and its multiplicities. They also say that Northeast is a simplified terminology to give an impression of homogenized territory, as the Northeast is one homogenized territory, and thereby obfuscates its diversities and multiplicities. Of course, with about 220 tribal communities and more than 250 languages spoken here, there is a largely unexplored territory that is what we call the Northeast, and this is the Northeast terminology more into the convenience of the outsiders than the insiders. But how do we look at the whole matter of Northeast? Is it a geographic region, a historical location, a cultural space, an ethnic territory, or just a cartographic vision? Because when we look at Northeast, the image of Northeast comes a kind of adjunct location hanging from the map of India. That is the visual image of Northeast. Maramaka, who is in fact a young professor from the University of Rome, and who now teaches South Asian literature, also Northeast literature, also Tibetan literature. She says that Northeast is a functional category. Term Northeast is a functional category. But she mostly understands Northeast as a territory which is essentially indigenous. Yes, Ibarao, who has actually spent most of his time in the Northeast region and who is authority on Northeast literature, he has said that Northeast, the terminology, is a term which is not a monochromatic lexicon, but a lexicon with multiple meanings, a lexicon with multiple semantic potentials. Now, Sergey Borov, or any of you have read his books, he says Northeast rather defines Northeast as a kind of state of entering disorder. Professor, who is a former professor of Dibrugarh University, and we have colleagues in Dibrugarh University, who then Mishra, has significantly said that Northeast, in fact, is a space of resistive discourses. Northeast as a space of dissension and resistance. That is how he has defined Northeast. And Pratibha Chatterjee, a noted poet and critic, noted translator and critic, he has defined Northeast in a very metaphorical way. He has said that Northeast is a space where we celebrate doubt. Northeast is the place of celebrating doubt. That is Northeast. Now, coming to the context of Assam, there might be a relative disadvantage of Assam as within the larger rhetoric of Northeast, the dominant primacy of Assam might become somewhat diminished, but this is significant that there seems to be not much discomfort with the term Northeast in the context of Assam. We know that Assam is a major state in the Northeast, and when we say Northeast, somehow we have a kind of doubt or a kind of anxiety that Assam perhaps might not figure as eminently if it comes to the rubric of Northeast. However, Northeast, the term Northeast, Assam does not have much of discomfort. The question arises against these particular contesting notions of Northeast. What is Northeast literature? Obviously, literature that we produce within this boundary of Northeast should be said as Northeast literature. But should we define Northeast literature just in terms of its own geographical location, or Northeast literature is something more than that? Should there be two criteria as Northeast literature and literature from the Northeast? Perhaps we have to take up this issue in the second phase of my engagement that we should be speaking about. The literature from Northeast by default qualifies to the Northeast literature, however, I'm afraid, is a simplified understanding of the literary movement, which has now been canonized as Northeast literature. That is, if we say that Northeast literature is a literature written in Northeast, is somewhat a simplified understanding of the whole notion of Northeast. Northeast literature is associated with the emergence of the term Northeast, both as a geopolitical and also an ethno-cultural space. We have to understand the context against which Northeast has emerged. Despite being a geographic term, Northeast has also emerged as a discursive category and emphasized Northeast is just not a a discourse, and a discourse with hermeneutic intention. But discursive and hermeneutic emphasize the ideological dimension of the term Northeast. Northeast is not just a name, Northeast also an ideological position, which found its articulation in its political enunciations. Northeast understand the space of political enunciations and disagreements, and notably, we also find the nuances of Northeast in the literary imagination coming from this region. Unlike the other regional territories of the country, we have many regional categories. We have Western India, Northeast India, Northeastern India, and Southern India, Konkan region, Eastern region, many regions we have. We can divide our country into many regions. But Northeast of the term has a stronger political connotation. Therefore, the term is not to be taken merely in nomenclature, but as a concept shaped and driven by the registered ideologies, countered by the discursive discussions, and more importantly, ethnic and indigenous articulations. Other regions of the country, as a collective heritage, do not have as much ideological dimension as Northeast. But in South India, to a certain extent, none of the regions has problematized and questioned the monolithic construction of the nation, which we see as a meta edifice. Thereby, Northeast is a geopolitical category emerging as a space of constant strife and formidable resistances. We have seen that none of the regions have questioned or problematized the whole idea of a nation the way Northeast has problematized. Of course, we see some kind of disagreements from the southern part of our country. Let me begin with one of the points of my colleague, Raghunath Singh Nangia, who is a esteemed colleague in my department in Shillong. And he has published a recent book, published just a month ago. The name of the book is an anthology, Mine in a Abandoned Land. I will read a part of that particular book and try to figure out how Northeast literature actually projects itself in order to understand this particular location. My Abandoned Land. My native soil was created from tiny sparks that clung to grandmother's urban pot, which conjugates savory dishes I have been looking for all my life in vain. My homeland has no boundaries. At Crockrow, one day found itself inside the country to its rest. He's Manipuri, he says how Manipuri has become part of India. My home is a gun pressed against old tackles, the knock on a night that has not ended. The torment long after the death socket about body garments. Undoubtedly raped, definitely abandoned in a tryst with destiny. This particular poem, this is the final line, the tryst with destiny. This is interesting in the sense that these are the lines he picked up from Jawaharlal Nehru's famous speech, which he had delivered on 5th August 1947. But Nehru's tryst of destiny and the tryst of destiny and the point of Manipur is entirely different. This is a poem which in fact is a biography of the land that we know as Northeast. It tells the story of the people that long to reinvent their roots, who were deranged from the native landscape. It also narrates a telltale history of violence, which has been the experience of the land by default. However, against such an intense revelation of brutal supplications, the perpetrators are conditioned to remain unapologetic, were aptly defined by Josie Joseph as the stormtroopers without accountability. Josie Joseph has written a recent book called The Deep State, where he has actually defined the position of the Indian Armed Forces as a stormtroopers without accountability. Just go, shoot, come out, nothing happens to you. Now, I've noticed is this absence of accountability happens because in the Northeast, people come as part of the deep state. And since it's part of this deep state, therefore, there is still risk, a sense of advocacy when it comes to accept the people of the region as the trustworthy companions. Because the list of India is still yet to come, with terms the fact that the Northeast India, in terms of its ethnic dimensions, is quite different and not necessarily the ego of the mainland. The suspicion of the Northeast as a racial armor is reflected in the words of our first Home Minister, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. Let us see how Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel looked at Northeast, because Vallabhbhai Patel was always having some kind of Govindam Borderline, and how he had defined Northeast. What was his understanding of Northeast? Vallabhbhai Patel wrote a letter to Nehru, and he wrote, "The people inhabiting these oceans have no establishing loyalty or devotion." That was Vallabhbhai Patel's understanding of the people of Northeast. He said that people of this region did not have any devotion or loyalty to India. He said, even Darjeeling and Kalimpong areas are not free from pro-Mongoloid prejudices. We know that Darjeeling, during that particular point in time, wanted to be part of the South. And Vallabhbhai Patel was always worried about the fact that if the Mongoloid people come together, that would be anything new. That is their perception of the Northeast. Now, Patel reflected the sentiment of the political class of the mainland India for a Mongoloid ethnicity is synonymous with untrustworthiness, non-credible, and they are natural suspects. If you are racially different, you are a suspect. Thereby, by implication, these people qualify to become externals, both as political and cultural categories. We just can shoot them and come out. This racist prejudice against the Northeast has remained ingrained in the consciousness of the mainstream, effectively represented by the repressive apparatus of the state. Therefore, the incidents like the holding killing in Mon district of Nagaland, which has happened as recently as in 2021, when the Dashut people were civilians at Oti, Cutting Village. The rape and murder of Tangcham Monorama in Manipur, the Samrakis, and also, and the which followed by the famous 2004 Kangla Fort protest by Nakadu, Imas of Impong, and also the airstrike of Aizawl City in the year 1966 by the Indian Air Force. This together, all these incidents, in fact, illustrate how the rest of India has actually perceived Northeast. For the Northeast is not a place, this is a field in military terms. From 1966, this that is important in the history of Mizoram. The period between 1966 and 1986, 1987 independent state, is known as the time when Mizoram was known as Rambuai. This is the terminology that uses Rambuai. Mizoram was Rambuai. What is Rambuai? Rambuai is Mizo terminology which indicates the place of lost land. It's a ratchet land. That is Rambuai, a land which is troubled. Rambuai becomes a specific mode of narration that recounts the memories and trauma as part of their collective history. That is Rambuai. Mizoram is no more a Mizoram, it's just Rambuai, a ratchet land. This act of recollection turns into an urgent imperative for it evolves into an essential ritual for healing and recovery. You have to memorize the Rambuai, because that is how you heal and recover yourself. I'll just quickly give two translations. One is Silainu Naihong, that's the name of a book, an old book that is by Tokuma James. And then this very recently published novel that is called Zorami, Redemption Song by Mansour Zeko. These are two of the narratives I'm just listing as narratives of Rambuai. In Silainu Naihong, Ram Liang, who is the protagonist, she's a girl, finds the bullet that killed her beloved to be the only souvenir she has. She has only one possession, the bullet which her beloved was killed. The bullet is symbolic of inevitability of violence as the default reality of the musical consciousness. Zorami, the dialogue character of the novel, is a victim of unspeakable physical and sexual violences who struggle to find an outlet to express her suffering. She is the quintessential silent being of Rambuai, the wretched land of atrocities and pain. That is how they look at it. That is how they relate the history with the narratives. Young poetry of Manipur is poetry, which is also known as poetry of a new beginning or poetry of awakening. I'll give one small example of young poetry by Yamlam Ibomcha. The poetry is the story of the dream. It illustrates the dual consciousness of Manipuri poetry. Because this poetry is written against the reality of Pakistan. All of us we know, and how poets used to respond to Pakistan, which is a kind of inevitable reality of Manipuri consciousness or Manipuri history, contemporary history. This poem, Story of a Dream, by Yamlam Ibomcha, someone shouted fire. Oh, they have opened fire. I have been shot. A bullet struck my chin. What this? He's been shot by a gun as silky as carriers of a young woman's tender hand. How happy I am being shot. This bullet shooting into my mouth is melting into marrow gray. I shout, if graves are bullets, shoot me again and again. That is how the relate to violence. In poetry, a bullet becomes a grave. This history, not just another story, is the nightmare. The nightmare is another story where a daughter goes with her father, and while just restricting his father, the soldier would question him and would not be able to answer the questions. And what the army man would do would just cut off the tongue of his man, and daughter would become a tongue witness to this particular horrific incident. That is nightmare. There's another narrative I can say. Another very significant story, I'm sure there is some background on this particular story, was the last song by Dempsey Nahal. In this particular story, the young, precocious Atiyam is a young, precocious singer, she's a precocious singer, who keeps singing her song, despite the fact that when if the church is being raided by the Indian army, and she and her mother are being raped by the Indian army, she keeps singing the song, which happens to be the last song. So when you look at the anatomy of violence as a daily experience in this northeast space, we may represent the colonial discovery of this region. In the colonial era, the region was primarily seen as a frontier. There's another dimension of northeast. Northeast is a frontier. And this northeast frontier is still counting as at least this northeast frontier ranges. So what is the frontier? Frontier, we know the frontier is a place which adjacent to the boundaries. But West Bengal is also adjacent to its boundary. Rajasthan, Punjab, Kashmir, these are also adjacent to the boundaries, but these are not frontier exactly. The northeast is a frontier. So is Ladakh. Now, our conception of frontier comes with its racial identity. Ladakh being very closer to China, northeast also seen as a frontier. So, what is the frontier? Interestingly, Kashmir is seen more as a field, but Ladakh is seen as a frontier. So, what is the frontier? Frontier has been defined by Chandel, who also does a lot of work in northeast anthropology. This is a frontier is associated with vacant land. This is an empty territory. And if it's vacant land, it should be civilized. Who lives in this territory? There may be some people, but these people are not subjects, these are not agents. And the frontier is an empty signifier. And what is an empty signifier? An empty signifier is darkness, which should be explored, which can be terrorized, which can be exploited. That is frontier. And that's the reason why Amit Abdul-Bashir, who teaches Oklahoma University, is from Assam, he has defined Northeast as necropolis, or the space of biopolitics, because it's a place which is essentially a frontier, which is essentially an empty space. Now I'll come to the next phase of my discussion: how to these particular realities Northeast literature has really responded to. And before coming to that, I'll just quickly give one particular example of one particular debate between Chinua Achebe and Shongo this What was that? What was that debate? The debate was about English language in the context of African literature. She wanted to say that in the context of Nigerian literature, that in Nigeria, if Nigerian literature has to become a national literature, it has to be in English. It cannot be in any one of the ethnic languages of Nigeria. What for? Why? He said that it can be equal many of Nigerian languages, but those are languages we produce in ethnic languages. It's the English language which is produced, the Nigerian national language, because it's English which will unify the diversity of Nigeria. So similarly, the way Africa is diverse, so is our Northeast. But Ngugi Thiong'o was entirely against that particular proposition. He said that if African literature has to grow, it has to grow in its own language, in its own vernacular. But now we know that African literature is a major global literary canon, and it has become a literary canon basically because it is available or accessible through English language. I'm coming to the role of English language in the context of Northeast. And that is the key point that I would like to highlight upon. Now that we know that we belong to Assam and we have a rich tradition of Assamese literature, which is more than 500 years old, the written literature. Similarly, Manipur also has a very strong literary tradition, which is also written literary tradition. But as we know that, we do not know much about Manipuri literature. So the Manipuri people would not also know much about Assamese literature. Of course, there were some people who know which are available in translations. So the argument that I would like to put forward is that the fact that we are so close to each other, Manipur and Assam. In fact, one of the first treaties of Manipur was written in Assamese from this particular territory. But we are not as familiar with Manipuri literature. This is the fact that both Assamese and Manipuri literature are two major written literary traditions from the Northeast. This has not happened because there has not been any kind of linguistic communications between these two territories. But now we know the poets like Tangji Gopishan that I have just read, then Chandrakant Babura Singh, then we know who writes in Kokoro, we know Tokov Nagarintinya, who is a Khasi poet, but these poets and writers we know because of their translations. And also, all over Northeast now, Indira Goswami is major because her writings are available in English now. Now, what is the importance of English? I'll just give one small anecdote. When the first Naga Peace Mission started, the Peace Corps, Joy Prakash Narayan was the president of that Peace Corps. And during that Peace Corps, the Naga leadership had put one condition that they would not speak in any other language, any other Indian language other than English. So that is the moment when English emerged as the point, rather a language of resistance, a language to challenge the monochromatic or hegemonic ambitions of the Indian nation state. So English has that kind of subversive capacity which emerged in the context of Northeast. So it was another resistance, in fact, because of that, Joy Prakash Narayan had come up with certain terminologies for the first time in the discourse of Indian political history. And he had said that there are certain terms which are equally legitimate. The terms are ethno-nationalism and a small nation. These are the terminologies which are equally important. He wrote, India is a voluntary and insoluble union of states, and the sovereignty that resides with Indian people is divided between union and states by mutual agreement and for mutual benefit. Then he said, all parts are equal, and that states are not colonial. The states are not colonies or slaves of the nation. He said that every part of the country is equal, and the states are not colonies of the union. That he said after the actual became independence. David Damrosch, he had also proposed, taking the cue from Goethe about world literature. Goethe is talking about world literature during this 19th century. During the time 18th, 19th century, in the time of Napoleon Bonaparte, when all over Europe, there's huge kind of upsurge in nationalism, linguistic nationalism. At that time, Goethe had proposed world literature, and he had proposed that literature must have one language. It could be original or in translation. So this particular proposition also applies in the context of the Northeast. I'm just concluding. Yeah, I'm just coming close up can part of the data. I'm just solving this matter. But now, when it comes to the trends, what kind of trends we can look at? I will propose that we can call Northeast literature now, because we have transcended this particular position of center periphery debate. Now we've entered a new phase of our intervention to our literature. This particular phase we can define of Northeast literature as the literature of ethnopolitan imagination. And what is ethnopolitan imagination? Ethnopolitan imagination we can talk of in terms of trans ethnicity, which in fact there is one Jahan Ramazani who has spoken about transnational poetics. That is, poetics, the mode of writing can be transnational. There can be negotiations between nations. Similarly, there can be similar kind of interactions. There can be similar kind of negotiations among ethnicities. And that's the reason why at ease we can take a common Dai from Arunachal, Tesla or from Nagaland, or Zorabi, or Mazuzeka from Mizoram. Another major metaphor in the context of Northeast literature that I will emphasize is land. What is land in the context of Northeast literature? Now, this land has become a major metaphor all over the world in terms of indigenous decolonization. That's a new kind of concept developed in terms of land. How should we look at land? Leah Simpson Papa Samosake, she is an indigenous critic from Canada. She has defined land for the indigenous and the source of technology. The true land will become or will gain our wisdom. If we do not have land, we do not have access to our education and knowledge. That is how indigenous associate themselves with that land. And Robert Terry has come up with new kind of geopolitics, this is called geopolitics. There he has defined what happened called topophronia. What is topophronia? Topophronia is that when I have an anxiety pertaining to possible recession of my land, that is topophronia, which is an essential response of an indigenous self towards its organization. Now, I will end how land finds new dimension in Northeast writings with one of the Khasi poems from Shillong, where land is an entirely metaphor to rediscover and recover the resilient life of the indigenous self associated essentially with land. This particular poem, a young Khasi poet, his name is Tokboklan Rintia. I read this particular poem. The name of the poem is I am Spelity Lindo Lingering. With this poem, I name my topic. I'm orchid in the forest of my childhood. I'm the waterfall in the distance of my youth. I'm the fruit tree in the garden of my children. I'm the tigress of the winter of my life. I'm the lady fields of my distant descendants. I'm the tigress, I'm the eagle, I'm the dog-eat. I'm the free land of my forefather. I'm Spelity Lindo. With this poem, I end my small talk. Thank you so much for being there, for giving your patient hearing, and thank you again to Governor College, to Governor faculty members, students of Governor College, the scholars and participants. And I wish the seminar to be a grand success. Thank you so much once again, and thank you for the beautiful gifts also, especially the College Organizing Committee. And thanks once again to my Dr. Hopunasi Mohanto for your invitation. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your highly informative and enlightening speech. Thank you, sir, for not just sharing with us the writings of Northeast India, but also throwing much light on the issues that are pertinent to the region. Hope your enthusiastic deliberation have definitely injected new visions as well as encouragement in all of us. Thank you, sir, once again. I now request Professor Midhu Kamble, sir, to deliver his speech to the participants.
Good afternoon to all distinguished speakers seated on the dais. Honorable Vice Chancellor of Delhi University, Professor Jitendra Mehta, esteemed Deputy Commissioner of Srinagar District, Sri Aditya Vikram, esteemed Principal, Dr. Sabya Sasi, respected keynote speaker, Professor Jitendra Pradhan, who is an expert in applied knowledge studies. My respected colleague from the University, Dr. Anurag Mukherjee. I also offer my warm greetings to the participants of this seminar and to the faculty, members of this college, other colleges in and around Srinagar, also the students of this college. So I thank the coordinator as well as the meeting, as well as the organizing committee for giving me the opportunity to open up and be part of this wonderful session, and also as a resource person one of the technical session. Like Professor Prathami, very brilliant, insightful address has, I think, opened up for all of us various vistas by means of which we would be able to sort of undertake studies in Northeast from different trajectories of exploration. So Professor Pradhani has problematized the directional terminology by cosently positing that Northeast is not just a name, but it's a hermeneutic of intention. It has brought on the creation of ideological subjects to the state's apparatuses, repressive as well as ideological, and he has also very cosently brought upon the idea of ethnopolitanism and the deep state. So Professor Pradhani's brilliant presentation will, I think, inspire all the students of this college as well as participants to pursue studies in Northeast from newer dimensions and newer perspectives. I would also like to congratulate Gurgaon College for introducing PG courses, high number of PG courses, and I think they have started with the second semester this time. And the students of these courses will, I think, be enormously benefited by seminars of this sort. They will get to know about the art of writing seminar papers, and they will also get to know about the methodologies that one needs to deploy in order to come up with very good research papers. So I think seminars of this sort are very relevant and important. And if we actually talk about writings from the Northeast, well, I'll just give you an anecdote. Recently, we had our PhD entrance, where almost 70 students turned up for interview. And out of the 70 students, almost 50% of the students, have their synopsis on Northeast studies. So that's the way in which the wind is blowing. So people are interested in exploring this particular region. But I think there are certain things that need to be taken into consideration.
like works at Bergeon is increasing. But we find that most of the researchers are, exploring on works which have been almost, overworked. So in that sense, what happens is that we come across plenty of synopsis and plenty of proposals in which it appears as if, we are caught in a rat, and there is a kind of banality on the level of research where researchers are not thinking beyond certain stereotypes and beyond certain templates. So I think when we have to work on knowledge, we have to explore political dimensions, economic dimensions, sociological dimensions, environmental dimensions. But I think it is also important to think about certain neural trajectories that may emerge in this field. I think that is what we need to do in order to make all of you who have listened to a very, very brilliant presentation offered by Lisa will perhaps take you of all the terms and terminologies and tropes that he discussed regarding how one can pursue non-studies of newer dimensions. And I hope this seminar will contribute to fruitful discussions, deliberations, and it will add to the creation of new knowledge, which all seminars are supposed to contribute to. So I wish all of the participants all the very best, and I also wish the seminar a good success. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your words of wisdom. Your speech is truly
respected Deputy Commissioner of Civil Shri Aditya Vikram Yadav, Professor Sarveshastri Mahanta, Principal of Gurgaon College, Professor Jyotirmoy Madhani, sir, the keynote speaker of this seminar, Head of the Department, and my dear colleague, Professor Vidul Vadulari, faculty members, participants, and my dear student friends. I'm extremely happy and delighted to be here in Gurgaon College. And I would like to congratulate the college authorities and especially the Department of English for organizing this two-day seminar sponsored by ICSSI on a very pertinent topic, that is writings from the Northeast, trends and issues. As most of the resource persons have elaborately spoken on this topic, so I would like to highlight on some of the relevant issues pertaining to the Northeast literature. Northeast writing is becoming a fertile ground for research scholars. Writings from Northeast India has made into the syllabus of the universities both in India and abroad. The literary tradition of Northeast showcase the rich cultural and ecological diversity of the region and explores themes such as identity, violence, trauma, displacement, folklore, oral tradition, myths, and others. Writings from the Northeast is an offshoot of colonialism. Colonialism superimposed a Eurocentric concept of modernity derived from the Enlightenment on the literature of the region, thereby creating a rupture between the past and the present. This rupture causes a cultural amnesia. And to heal this fracture, writers from the Northeast attempt to retrieve the past, or make an attempt to reconnect with the past by reviving and restoration of cultural myths, traditions, oral narratives, folk tales, etc. It enables them to highlight the rich ecological heritage of the land and the biocentric relationship shared between the humans and the non-humans, and presents a counter-narrative discourse to Western concept of modernity and development. It is also used as a tool to decolonize the minds of the indigenous communities and the cultural schizophrenia that is afflicting the post-colonial writers and poets. I believe the future of writings from the Northeast lies in translation, more translation of Northeast literature into English, and the prospect of comparative literature in the context of Northeast India will certainly contribute towards nation building, and it will also enable national integration. With these words, I would like to conclude my speech, and I would like to extend gratitude once again to the Department of English, Burnham College, for inviting me and giving me the opportunity to interact with you and express my views. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for such a highly enriching speech. We have come almost to the end of the national seminar. Now it's time to offer the vote of thanks. I request Dr. Anjan Kaur, Assistant Convener of the national seminar, to offer the vote of thanks to all concerned. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Rasmita Paikya. Good morning, everyone. Respected the dignitaries on the dais, the teachers from our college and colleges and institutions across Assam and other states of India, dear students, guests, and well-wishers. It is indeed a matter of great privilege to have with us such a conglomeration of illuminated minds, and I, on behalf of the organizing committee for this seminar, stand here to offer our sincere gratitude to you all. At the outset, I would like to wholeheartedly thank the Vice Chancellor of the River University, Professor Jiten Hazarika, for giving his consent to our invitation for the inauguration of the seminar. And despite his busy schedule, he was kind enough to spend all this time and for sharing his thoughts with us. Thank you very much, sir, for being with us. I'd also like to offer my sincerest thanks to the Honorable Deputy Commissioner of Srinagar District, Sri Aditya Vikram Yadav, for taking out time from his hectic schedule of work. We are all aware how much of work he had in his present, but he was generous enough for giving his consent to spend a few moments with us and also to support our humble efforts. The organizer and the collaborators would like to offer their earnest gratitude and heartfelt thanks to Dr. Hasi Mohanto for his constant support and inspiration. It is because of his ceaseless push for organizing an academic program that has made this whole event possible. We are truly honored to work under your able leadership and guidance. Thank you very much, sir. We offer our sincere gratitude and indebtedness to Professor Jyotirmoy Pradhani, who has come all the way from Shillong to deliver the invaluable keynote speech and also to inaugurate the seminar. Thank you so much for taking up this responsibility, and it is our indeed honor and privilege to have you with us, sir. Thank you very much, sir. We also express our heartfelt gratitude to Professor Vindul Bodoloi and Dr. Anurag Bhattacharya of Department of English, Dibrugarh University. Whenever we need some support or guidance, we look forward to Professor Bodoloi. And this time also, it was no exception either. He not only consented to grace the occasion, but also to be an integral part of it. Dr. Anurag Bhattacharya also took no time to accept our invitation to this seminar. We are very fortunate to have you together with us. We are thankful to both of you. This event would not have been possible without the support and help from the ICSSR. So we would like to tender our gratitude to the director and other officials of the ICSSR for the prompt response and also for sponsoring this seminar. Our sincere thanks also go to the I2AC and Central Library of Gurgaon College, who have constantly extended every help that we needed. I, on behalf of the committee, would like to convey our gratitude to all the teachers and scholars from various colleges and universities across India. Your active response and participation have made the entire endeavor a meaningful one. We'd like to offer one warm thankfulness to all the members of our extended family of Gurgaon College. That includes our governing body members, respected colleagues, administrative staff, students, support staff, and we are genuinely grateful to you all. Our vote of thanks will remain incomplete if we do not acknowledge the help and the cooperation that we have received from David Bugui and the sound system, and the members of the press from both Simoluguri and Nazira for covering the event since its beginning. Despite our best efforts, there may be someone whom we might have missed out, but we'd like to appreciate everyone who has been a part of this seminar in some way or the other. Thank you everyone for the wonderful support, help, and cooperation in making this event a great success. Thank you. So with your permission, I declare this session over, and we would, after some time, we'll have a lunch break, and after that, immediately after that, we will have the technical sessions. There will be one session here in this hall. The second session is at the Golden Jubilee Hall, and there is another at the Commerce Department. So we would like to request all the participants to follow the schedule laid out, and we'll meet again after lunch break. Thank you all.
Yes,